Cesky Brod, a peaceful town in the centre of Bohemia, which has a long history and a vibrant present, enhanced by its artistic monuments. Over the course of the year, many cultural and sporting events take place here, and, along with its surrounding villages, they make it an ideal place for rest and relaxation. The town first became populated with the internal colonisation that took place when international trade developed, raising the importance of the local ford. The town was ideally situated, being a day's walk from Prague, Kozim and Kolín. It was above the ford that the Prague bishop Jan I established a customs house with a market colony and the Romanesque St. Gothard's Church in 1134. Sigmund of Luxembourg, a Czech king, raised Cesky Brod to a royal town on the 4th of February 1437, giving it the coat of arms that has remained today. Late Gothic fortifications were built around the town, some of which still remain. So let's take a walk around the Arnoszta Zapardubic Square. The square is dominated by the St. Gothard's Church, which was once a Gothic chapel. In the 14th century, following an impetus from Arnošt from Pardubic, Prague's archbishop, work began on the three-nave basilica and the front with its two towers. It was done over in the Baroque style in the 18th century. On the northern wall of the presbytery, there is a square Gothic pastiforium tower on semi-pillars and a sedilia from around 1500. The Rococo main altar is from 1781, with statues of St. Peter and St. Paul and a picture of the baptism of Christ from the second half of the 16th century. The nave also has several Renaissance tombs from the 16th and 17th centuries. The freestanding belfry near St. Gothard's Church is late Gothic and was built from 1578 to 1585. At 40 metres, it is a massive square tower made of sandstone blocks. Under its roof is the 650-kilogram Virgin Mary bell, cast in 1689. A dynamic element of the square is the Baroque sandstone sculpture of the Holy Family, built from 1722 to 23 by Jan Jerzy Ślązowski, drawn up by the town council and financed at the bequest of Teresia Tlapalova. With its postal number of 1, the Old Town Hall, originally a Gothic building started before 1402, was one of the first town halls to be built in the Czech lands. In 1547, it was given a Renaissance facelift, followed by a Baroque one from 1741 to 1743, after a great fire swept through the town. Nowadays, the Town Cultural and Information Centre is housed in the Town Hall, along with the Municipal Library. The original Gothic cellars have been kept, and there is an underground passage to house number 12, originally called By the Green Tree. Some of the passageways and cellars are still open to the public. Part of the town hall also served as the local jail. In 1849, the town gave the town hall over to the county court. The cells from this time are still visible and, under the name of the Shatlover Gallery, are used by the Information Centre for exhibitions. Across the road from the Old Town Hall stands the entrance to the uncovered street housing the meat markets. The gateway was built in the second half of the 16th century and bears the emblem of the Butchers' Guild. At the end of the 13th century, there were 12 butchers' shops. By the second half of the 16th century, there were 28. On the opposite side of the Old Town Hall stands Lorenzowski House, built in 1443 and bearing the number 46. Its pillared portal is Renaissance and bears a relief of St. Lawrence. In the lower part of the Arnosztaza Pardubit Square, there is a late Renaissance gate, the Kozim Gate, from the reign of Leopold I, which is connected to the original town fortifications with 3 bastions and a Gothic gateway that has a cavity for a drawbridge. Nowadays, the town guards use the area behind the walls, putting on historical demonstrations for the general public. The St. Mary Magdalene Church and the Infirmary for the Poor, with St. Michael's Chapel from 1359, stand not far from the Kozim Gate. In 1744, the Empress Maria Theresa gave the church to the Capuchins, who then turned it into a monastery. When the monastery was dissolved in 1785, the church was deconsecrated and used as a granary. The second square in Cesky Brod, Jan Hus Square, has an unusual curved shape. Here there is a neo-Renaissance town hall, originally built as a public savings bank with remarkable architectural details, as well as a Viennese secession monument to Prokop Veliki from Karol Opatrny, dating from 1910. The monument represents the sheriff of Tabor at the time of the Battle of Lipany. The pedestal has a case with earth from the places where the Czech legionnaires had victories in the First World War, soil from the concentration camps, and soil from the battleground at Dukla. The Sokolovna building on Tyrshova Street was built in 1884, using plans by the local architect Jan Kola, who, along with his student Josef Posselt, also decorated the building. The cassette ceiling is truly wonderful, as is the curtain to the stage. Following its inaugural opening in 1885, the building became the town's social and sporting centre, which it still is today. The neo-Renaissance building of the Podlipansky Museum was built from 1927 to 1930. The plans were written up by the architect Antonín Balšánek. The museum's facade is decorated with the town symbol with a fictitious relief of welcoming Master Jan Hus to Cesky Brod in 1409, which is the work of the sculptor Josef Škoda. Apart from its short-term exhibitions, the museum has 3 permanent displays of collections that relate to the town's history. The main one is the Battle of Lipany, which uses modern audio-visual techniques. Then there is the exhibition of the landowner, traveller and sponsor, Josef Zonek from Ruzki, and an exhibition of the Slavic fort in Pošembeži, which shows off the archaeological research carried out at Klučov, Přistopim, Dobravčice and Tismice. The museum has been part of the regional museum in Kolín since 1967.